Hello. So today we'll be discussing the program Land Divider, which saves time and effort to make the full package for detailed master plans using the conceptual center lines of the circulation network, showing the following elements as you can see in front of you, which are the road limits, the road median, and now I'll show you, you'll see the right of way, and after that we can see the land division, and we'll insert inside the building setbacks alongside with the building demo from our own. Then we will number the plots, and then we'll add the coordinates for each of the plots with the north and south. And then final thing, it shows the coordinate tables and the plots numbering tables as well, as you can see in front of you at the moment. Now we'll be moving on to our program inputs. So the main feed of the program is the conceptual design, which consists of the circulation network like the road access and pedestrian ways. So each line is on a separate layer with the name code, which consists of the following, as you can see. It has first the P for pedestrian, R and for right of way. The codes are for road of edge, right of way, and finally the road median, the three numbers in front of you, as pre-configured. Also, we can create new layers and rename it using the previous layers naming system to be all coordinated correctly with each other. Well, the user interface, our program consists of 7 main panels, as you can see in front of you, which is road and path, block division, setbacks, numbering, advance, and license. Each consists of 2 parts, which are the command buttons and the settings as a gear sign. Now we will begin with our first panel, which is the roads and paths. So we'll check our settings, choose our radius and the fillet and the chamfered distance. Then we'll click OK and we'll click on our road. Now this button will draw a schematic road edge line filleted at the intersection with the radius from the road's data, which we just entered, which was 9 meters. Now we're just checking and it seems to be correct. So what we entered before shows now that it is as entered. Now we will check our road edge as stated in our layer, which was 6.6 meters, and it does match what we have entered before. I will just delete this and we'll continue. Now we will choose our second button, which is the right of way. Now this one draws a schematic right of way chamfered at the intersections with the distance from the road's data, as we specified earlier, which was 5 meters. Now as you can see, the program is just schematically drawing. So now we'll just check our distance. As you can see, we are measuring the dimension and it shows 5 meters and it shows as well 5 meters. So it means the chamfer is correct. Now we'll also check one more thing that was entered previously, which is the right of way, which was in our layer. We had it on 80 meters and it shows it is correct. Moving on, we will go to our median, which just shows the schematic road medians. Now, as you can see, our medians have been created successfully. And we will just check the last thing, the road medians measurements, as we stated earlier in the layers, which was 2 meters. And as you can see on the left, it says 2 meters correctly. One last thing in roads and paths is the path itself. So we'll just click on it and it will draw the boundaries for the pathways area. Moving on to our second panel, which is the blocks division. And in our division data, we will click on it and inside we'll find the first division. We click on it if we only have one type of line plots, but if we have two types, we will click on the second division as well. If we have single load blocks, we have to check the button for the single load blocks as shown, so that it can divide these blocks. If we have more than two layers or two types of line plots, we check the box of the accept division between the first and the second, and it will automatically calculate the ratio depending on the width of plots we entered in the first and second divisions at the top. One more thing is the area range. So we give an area range with a plus or a minus. So we just put the number, and normally the program maximizes the number of plots as specified, the plot areas defined above, and gives the minimum number of plots with the range we've given. Now our example file has 4 different types of land plots. As you can see, the first one has 40 meters, the second one has 50 meters of width, and we have 2 single lots. One has 25 width meters, and the fourth and last one is 20 meters. Now I'll just delete the width, and we will move on to check our boxes, the first and the second. Make sure we have our single load blocks clicked, and we'll click OK. Now we'll choose our center, which detects the suitable land areas for the land plots division based on the given division data we entered. Then it shows primary division center lines to be modified by the users if required. Moving on to our dividing. We just divided the residential blocks into land plots based on the given area and range in the division data. After that, we will give our boundaries for land plots areas to perform area check to detect the off-range plot areas if any found. Now, as you can see, we have finished our boundaries, and we're checking the areas. And as you can see, this one has 500, this one has 500 as well. It's within the maximum range what we've put, which we want for 550 or 450. So as you can see, almost all of them are 500s, and within the maximum range it should be within the area. We're just checking these for the 500 area plots. Now we'll check one with the 400 area plots with width. So this one looks like it's within range 412, the other one's 400s. So it seems that they're all almost the same. Now we'll check one further thing, which is the small clouded plot, which has an area that is below the range. So it has an error, and the program shows it to you, so you can fix it if you need it. Now we'll move on to our setback data. So we want our front setback to be 4 meters, our side setbacks to be 2 meters, and we'll confirm that. Now we'll choose our setback and we'll click on it. The program should create it by its own. As you can see, it has these green lines, and we'll just measure. Our front setback is 4 meters correctly, and our side is 2 meters correctly. Now we'll just remove these, and we'll move on to our building. So as you can see, the buildings have been placed and distributed within the setback. So each block has a building inside the setback with the correct orientation to the road. Now, moving on to the numbering and coordinates. So the first thing we do here is check the annotation data, and we'll check our numbering characters. You want it in English or in Hindi or Arabic. So the first thing, we'll choose our block. It will add block numbers indicating the block numbering order. So as you can see, we're checking number 1, number 2, 3, 4. Any order doesn't matter. It's how we want to number the whole layout. So we'll just put some examples there. And after that, we'll start with the even start. So it tells us where the numbering will start in each block, and it will start with the even numbers. So if we don't put this even start in any of the required blocks, it will not be numbered. So we have to do this after numbering the block. As you can see, we've just numbered these small areas. Now we will go to the number, and as you can see, it has been numbered correctly. And now we will try one more thing. If we delete one of the boundaries, so we deleted one plot. So after deleting it, we'll click number again. So it will reshape and reorder the whole thing again, just to readjust the numbering system one more time. And it will not put anything in the deleted plot. Now, after we've done the numbering, we will move on to our coordinates. So we'll just click on it and wait until the program creates the coordinates. And as you can see, it did create the whole coordinates on each of the plots. And we'll just do a small exercise here. So we will delete one of the coordinates just to check our renumbering system. So now we have two buttons. The renumber just shifts again the whole numbers within the same file. The reorder button is used for other files. Moving now to one of the final things we choose is the tables and annotations. And tables is just an easy thing that we do. We just check on our tables data. We will just choose our scale and how division do you want our table. So we just want 100 tables per column, and just click OK. We'll click numbering areas. We've placed our numbering tables. Now we'll click on coordinates so we can place our coordinates tables, and we'll just have a quick look there. As you can see, every column has 100, so the one on the left starts with 1, the one on the right starts with 1, 1. And we have the east and north points for the coordinates. The last thing in our program is the review or advanced settings. So the review just shows the hidden data lines which the program creates so that it can do the work properly by itself. It's nothing we need, it's just for an advanced settings. And the final thing is the license manager, which tells us about how many remaining days we have in our license. If you would like to request a new license, we just copy the request code, send it to us, and we'll send you the license to input, and click upgrade now and then OK. Thank you for listening.